7 years before the hijack of the national budget. In a classroom filled with final-year students, the atmosphere was charged with excitement and tension as teams were being formed for their last project. Diana approached Quincy, who seemed frustrated. "Hi," Diana greeted, concern in her voice. Quincy, clearly upset, asked if anyone had accepted them into their team. Diana shook her head sadly. "No one. No one wants us," she began, but Quincy's frustration boiled over. With a sudden burst of anger, she sent their books flying across the room, drawing shocked looks from their classmates. "What?" Quincy snapped, her voice sharp and loud, challenging anyone to question her. Amid the chaos, Diana calmly collected their scattered books, trying to defuse the situation. "It's all right, Quincy. I told you this might happen," Diana said, her tone soothing. "But I received a message. Someone has promised to help us with our project." Quincy, still visibly upset, questioned the credibility of the mysterious sender. Diana, undeterred, headed for the bathroom. Quincy followed her, clearly agitated. "How can you believe in someone we don't even know? Who gave him your number?" Quincy's voice was a mix of frustration and worry. "We're about to embark on a journey, and we don't even know where it leads. It's unbelievable." Exiting the bathroom, Quincy found a neatly arranged set of clothes on her bed. Diana, holding her phone, confronted Quincy. "If you're certain about finding a better project, don't wear them. But if you're not, put them on and join me outside." "Our cab is waiting," Diana said, her voice steady, hiding her own concerns. On a desolate road flanked by thick trees and bushes, the two girls sat in a cab, an hour and a half passing without a sign of another human being. Quincy, exhausted, leaned her head against the window, staring vacantly into the wilderness. Diana, however, remained vigilant, checking her phone for the time repeatedly. Eventually, the cab reached a dead end and came to a halt. The driver, a weathered man with missing front teeth stained by tobacco, got out and opened the back door for the girls. "We'll continue on foot from here," he said, his voice gravelly, devoid of emotion. Reluctantly, Diana and Quincy stepped out of the cab, exchanging worried glances. The driver led them further into the eerie silence, the air heavy with an unfamiliar scent. Quincy, covering her nose with her hand, questioned the foul smell. "What is that?" she asked, her voice muffled. "The smell of death," the driver replied, his tone devoid of emotion. "Welcome to the river of death." They stood at the riverbank, where the sunlight reflected off the dark gray water, illuminating a horrific sight. Over 1,000 lifeless bodies sprawled on the ground. Quincy, unable to bear the gruesome scene, rushed to a nearby tree, retching uncontrollably. Meanwhile, Diana, seemingly unaffected, lit a cigarette, taking long drags as she observed the chilling panorama. Hurriedly, she returned to the cab, slamming the door shut. Pulling out her phone, she attempted to make a call but discovered there was no network. Frustrated, she tossed the phone onto the seat, waiting for the others to join her. As they finally arrived back at their hostel, Quincy sprinted inside, leaving Diana waiting outside with her phone pressed to her ear, frustration etched on her face. The receiver's voice, calm and calculated, greeted her. "Hello, how was your journey?" he inquired, unfazed by Diana's evident anger. "How was my journey?" Diana retorted, her voice rising with every word. "I was sent to uncover a crime, not stumble upon a mass grave by a river. I'm reporting this to the police, and whoever you are, I'll ensure you face the consequences in a court of law, giving your statement." The receiver, still composed, responded, "That might not be a wise decision. It's best to keep the police out of this." Diana, seething with anger, abruptly ended the call, hurling her phone onto the bed. The room fell into a heavy silence as she contemplated the horrors she had witnessed, knowing she was now entangled in something far more sinister than she had ever imagined.